Another day dealing with someone who desperately needs to be acknowledged or desperately needs his ego fed. So just a few minutes ago, the New York Times is reporting that Trump's signature will now be added next to the Secretary of Treasury's signature on dollar bills. Scott Bessent announced it, saying that that's a great way to celebrate 250th anniversary of America's achievements and Donald Trump's achievements. He hasn't achieved a goddamn thing, okay? He hasn't done anything in this country but fucking give it misery and broke ass treasury. And Scott Bessent, who is the biggest, I thought he is the biggest Trump pumper I've ever seen in my life. You made money as a hedge fund manager? Bullshit. Those people are ruthless. You are the softest man ever. And you're announcing that as achievement the same day that the S&P falls 1.7%. And Trump is running around, is talking about how the stock market's over 50,000 points right now. It is not. During his whatever cabinet meeting that is, that was ridiculous. Motherfuckers falling asleep in it. I mean, this is insane. More insanity. And here's the thing, okay? No one tells Trump no, okay? The Constitution is designed to tell the president no, that there's no king. It's all the executive branch, right? It's checked by the legislative branch. But as I said in other videos, Mike Johnson and John Thune have given Trump powers of a king. Mike Johnson is down with it. Yeah, I don't think Congress is in session right now. And, you know, it's ridiculous. Now Trump wants to pay the TSA through an executive order. So under a national emergency. Okay? Because it's the Democrats' fault that there's no money. Bullshit, dude. You had a deal, and money comes from Congress. President cannot give money from a budget. There's no money designated for him. It has to be voted by Congress. And again, you can't do it. But he'll probably try and do it and probably do it. All right? Because he doesn't want to cut a deal. Fine. They'll leave it as it is. If that's what they're going to do, that's crazy. But this is what we're living in. Basically, in a year and a half, we've gone from an American republic with 3 branches of government that our forefathers designed to check one another so there's no one having too much power, to basically a despot. Because everyone's afraid of him. Republicans, stop being afraid of him. Because you saw what happened in Florida. It's not going to make a difference. And I'm sitting here watching baseball today on Peacock, and they keep having Burt Jones has his damn commercials running for governor of Georgia for the primary coming up in a couple of weeks. And he's saying that it's all about Trump. Trump endorses me. And it's not him saying what he's going to do for Georgians. It's fucking Trump saying I'm endorsing him. That is not a good strategy, dude. Okay? It may get you to the primary, but I don't think it's going to get you to the general election. And we're going to find this out on April 7th down in the 14th district when Sean Green wins that election. I think he has a good chance to win it. I saw that debate. I sent a video out on it. Clyde, the Republican candidate, is saying, yeah, Donald Trump loves me, and we're going to not, the failed, this is it. Why, he asks him, he goes, Donald Trump supports me, so he turns to Sean Green in a debate. Tell me how you're going to justify the failed policies of the far left. And he said, what failed policies? Right now, gas is up, everybody's unaffordable, and we just got involved in a war. Where's the far left there? And in Florida, remember, in Florida, just this Tuesday, Okay, they had 2 Republican seats, state house seats, flipped in the Senate and the House by Republicans voting for Democrats. Republicans voting for Democrats in both those elections. And so the power that Trump has is artificial. Artificially pumped up by a bunch of Republican cowards. All right? They could just pass it, put it on his desk, and make him veto it. That's what it normally done. Okay? So he can't do that by executive order. He can try. I mean, if he wants to cut him a paycheck, I can fine with it to an extent, but it violates the Constitution. They're trying to get around Democrats. Fine, they'll hold everything hostage still. And ICE is going to get it. Problem with ICE, they got so much money they could survive. This is about creating a false narrative and a false problem to blame on Democrats that Republicans can solve, but they won't solve. Creating problems that no one can solve is what they do. And right now, Trump has created an economic disaster. Gas prices going out of sight. And we're getting closer to putting American lives on the line, on the ground in Iran, and basically for Israel. It's simple as that. I'm tired of this. Okay, I've grown up with Middle Eastern politics and Middle Eastern craziness for literally as long as I've been on this planet. And also has always been taken from the Israeli side because they needed protection. Well, guess what? The world needs protection from Israel now. Because the Israeli government, and from what I'm seeing on videos, the Israeli people are down with genocide. When I talked to one lady, not only does she want the Lebanon and Gaza, no, we're going to take Syria and Jordan too. And when the reporter asked this lady, what about the residents there? Oh no, we'll figure it out. They don't care. I just saw a video of a Palestinian refugee camp being bombed by Israelis. Just a bunch of tents wiped out. Don't have many lives. I mean, Palestinians forced out of their homes by the IDF. The IDF for blowing up bridges in Lebanon, so people cannot go back home because they're forced out of refugees. They've displaced 1 million Lebanese. See, you guys don't get it. Trump started a war to distract from Epstein, but he got sucked into it by the Israelis, who are using it in this case to create a greater Israel for their imperialistic goals. And we're paying for that. We're paying for that with our tax money. All right, and with our blood on the ground. So basically, welcome to another afternoon in American Purgatory. It just never stops until someone stands up and says, fuck you. We're not a fucking monarchy. But unfortunately, we don't have people brave enough to do it. And Republicans own all 3 branches of government. And they have sold their motherfucking soul for power, money, and just fear. So here we are. Have a good rest of your day.